In this situation, I think a few of us have been asking, how do I survive this? Okay, it could be survive for some people. It's surviving getting past the virus. For some people, it's looking at the future, surviving financially. How do you get through this crisis when you cannot work or have to close your business? For some of us, it's surviving the 2 weeks or more stuck at home, not allowed to leave when we've never been in that position before. There's different ways of we're trying to get through this and survive this time. But what I feel and I want to share with you today is I want us to be more than surviving this. I believe that we can decide and we can thrive through this time. Why? Because maybe for the first time in our lives, we actually have time. We actually have more time than we know what to do with ourselves. And I want to encourage you, instead of just sitting all day on social media and Netflix, there's a time and a place for that, but I want to encourage you of how you can make other decisions and truly come out of this situation even stronger than before. What are some things we can do? Well, first of all, we can look at what we have and be grateful. Instead of thinking of all the things we cannot do, let's look at what we can do. And if you're stuck in a home, it means you have a home, and there's a first reason to be grateful. Look around you and see that if you have food to eat and you have a house over your head, God has been good to you, and be grateful for the situation that you're in right now. And one of the things that really helps us be grateful is when we help others. Now is the greatest opportunity than ever to show love and show Jesus to others. There's so many fearful, hurting, and struggling people out there. Can you bring groceries or care packages to the elderly who can't go out? Can you encourage or call up someone who's feeling depressed and scared? What can you do to share the love of Jesus to somebody else and make an impact like, wow, like you never could have before? And there's so many things that you can do personally. I'm discovering that all those things I said that I never had time to do, whether it was write a book, read a book, or all those old hobbies or new things that I wanted to learn, maybe it's a new language, a new painting skill, maybe it's an old hobby, playing a musical instrument, photography, all those things we actually have the time and access to do right in our homes right now. This could be an amazing time of learning and discovery of yourself. And one of the things that I think is the most important, instead of just looking at news and depressing of what's happening outside in the world and what's going on out there, make sure to fill yourself with what God is saying to you. Take time to be filled. I know there's a lot of good video choices. You could go to YouTube of Susan Hoover or our local church, that's New Covenant Church Malaysia, and find what God is saying, find His promises, and be focused on that instead of other things. We want to come out of this thriving. And I know I've had my anxious moments as well, when you cannot do something, you cannot leave your home, and you cannot take care of things. But let me tell you this, if we can learn to surrender to God what we cannot do, and learn to discover some things new things that we can do, I think we're going to come out of this even better than before.